Hello guys, welcome back on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for liking, for subscribing on my YouTube channel. So today I'm just gonna make a video whereby I'm talking about the fact that we order our blessing. We order our blessing. It's the same thing with ordering food in a fucking restaurant. So what do you do in a restaurant? You look at the menu, you pick the food that you actually want. It's the same thing with the fucking blessing. You might have, it might not, it's like different with the fact that it's a restaurant as well as with blessing, because the thing is with blessing, let me just go back to ordering food. So when you order food, obviously you order food, you pick the food that you actually can afford, you pick the food that it suits you, you select the food that you actually that will not make you go broke. You just pick food that you just know you won't have problem with ordering it. It's the same thing. Like something smelling. So it's the same thing with your blessing. So whenever your blessing come in your life, you order them. You order them with your effort. You order them with the determination that you had. You order them with whatever that you put on it, because I know, like, it's the same thing with like that. Sometimes the blessing would be massive. It's the same thing when ordering food in a restaurant. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I just want to, you be like, oh, I just need this food, and we find out like you're gonna get a discount. Let me just check it out. I don't understand why there's something. Actually, I'm cooking, so you order your own fucking food. It's the same thing with your blessing. Through your own effort, through your own determination, through your hard work, through your own inner strength, through your own courage. Because whenever you're actually doing something, you need courage. Whatever, because in the journey, you won't have motivation all the time. You need to have courage to go through it, despite the fact that you don't feel like doing it. You're gonna have to do it. You just have to do it. It's the same thing with you. Oh gosh, I don't know what, every time I'm not a person who barb, but every time when I'm making videos I barb a lot. Some say, they say it's because it's spiritual. It's when you're spiritual we tend to do this a lot, but sometimes they are too much. So yeah, you order your damn blessing. So don't allow people to make you feel bad about having your own blessing. I'm the person that will actually suffer from celebrating. Like, I tend to have a issue with celebrating. And you know what happened? I came across I think it was Twitter, whereby someone tweeted and wrote something like, I don't know how to celebrate my blessing. And then someone commented and they asked them, when you were actually growing up, did they ever celebrate anything that you ever done or whatsoever, whether it's a small thing that you done, that you like, they have ever show any interest in whatever that you do, or ever like get support when you're growing up? And I was like, do you know when something like just hit you and be like, wow, maybe I suffer from, because honestly, like, I'm not a person who I don't know how to celebrate my birthday. I don't know how to do a lot of things, because obviously those things were not done for me. Even when I had like a lot of things that are actually good, I won't be celebrated. But like, it can be small thing with my other siblings, and they're like, we're making a huge deal out of it. But to me it was like, oh, like, make it like it regular, it's make it like whatsoever. So it's the same thing with blessing. So I know I'm not the only one who actually have to address that issue. Actually, we're plenty of people who have to address that, or maybe like, I'm so used to it, I'm just gonna continue with, like, I'm not getting harmed with anything. So It's something like that. It's something like that. So you order your blessing, like you went and about and you bothering yourself with doing whatever, and then you get your fucking blessing. So it's the same thing with justice. You know, when we talk justice or when we talk judgment, we talk about the fact that, okay, at least you done this in a good way, look like you are being praised for it, and then the next thing you're being judged in a way that you didn't do good. Obviously you're gonna hurt a little bit, but you do need that, those kind of we don't always have to always rely on the positive feedback. Sometimes the negative feedback is actually something that you actually need. Sometimes it can be a nasty comment that you be like, he or she's so fucking nasty, and you'll be like, later on be like, you know what, I'm so fucking grateful that motherfucker commented, even if the comment is nasty and unnecessary. So it's same thing like that with karma. We order actually our own karma too, because karma can be a good karma, karma can be a bad karma. It's just the energy that you put out to the universe, and God will be like, you seem to forget you did this to who, and then you're gonna get that. Sometimes you will collected karma. But even if it's a small thing that you've done, probably what you said, like you don't have to, like, if the sentence that you use, probably you're like, I remember it was something silly, and I was like, I'm not like, I was like, I think I was a university. I don't think I was a university student at the time. I was like, yes, I was like, I don't understand people actually lost their phone. How can you just lose phone? Because most of the time we spend our phone with our on our hands. Even if you go into the bathroom, you tend to have put in your on your hands, which is true. But you know what happened after saying those words? Like 2 months in, after so I said those words, I lost my phone in the bathroom. And when I did, I was trying to remember where exactly, because I'm not a person like at that time, like when I was a university student, I used to carry my phone everywhere, even in class. I was that annoying person that you can't say anything. I was acting like I'm busy on my phone because I didn't like people. I didn't like people, and people were trying to almost get my attention, and I was just like, just like they were, most of them just because maybe it was I knew what they wanted, or maybe I just knew that the energy they're giving me it's off. I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna use my phone to avoid them. Sometimes my headphone. So I said that I don't understand people who actually lose their phone. Blah 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 blah. 2 months after that, I lost my phone, and in a bathroom. Lucky, I finally like dawned on me like, fuck, I lost it. And I went there, I found out it's not there anymore. But I made a call to call, maybe like I was like, probably I'm gonna get someone who's actually understanding, because I like, even if someone lost their phone, I make sure that they get it. I'm not a person like, okay, I find your phone and the next thing I'll act like it belonged to me. Like, it's not like, it doesn't make me feel good about it. So obvious, when someone lost their phone and I happen to be in their toilet, I will try to see is anyone who's actually asking a phone. I've never been put in a point where I'm like someone who lost their phone, because I know that when I said someone lost their phone, people try lie lucky. So I want someone that I know that they lost their phone. So eventually, most of the time, it worked for me, where I'm not the one who's actually making announcements that someone. I want to see who lost their phone, and they'll ask what phone, and they'll be like, oh, I'm like me, and I'll give it to them. So it happened like a lot when I actually find people lost their phone, and I know bathroom is one of the places you can actually lost your phone. So I call, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'm just gonna try my lucky. And then when I called, the person pick up the phone, it was like, oh, it was an old man. I don't know how he ended up in girls' bathroom. That how weird it was. He was in girls' bathroom. How? What for? Maybe I was ended up like, maybe like he was putting tissue or something. And I was like, then how much it worked out for me, and then I got my phone back, and ever since then I was like, every time I say something I'm like, mm-mm. Because you order it, I order that because I was being judgmental for no fucking reason. Like, I don't understand people. Just shut up. Like, I needed to just shut up. So it's the same thing with your blessing. When you order your blessing, you don't know when you're gonna come. So you just have to be a person who put time don't put time in anything. I tend to do that, and it frustrates me. It gave me anxiety, but I realized anxiety it's not real, but we tend to create it. Whenever you're not listening our own inner guidance, we tend to have suffer from anxiety. I realized like ever since I've been true to myself, I don't suffer from anxiety. Even if there was a time that I tried acting, it used to bring a lot of anxiety because it was not my destiny. It was not my destiny. Like I fall so fucking fake. I have a serious what the what does it called? Oh fuck, imposter syndrome. Whenever like people think imposter syndrome, it's because of the fact that you are doing something for no. Like I realized imposter syndrome is because of the fact you're not aligned with your purpose. You are not aligned with whatever that you're meant to be doing. Imposter syndrome will be so massive. I know that when you're studying something like I'm not good enough. Like you see yourself as an amateur, like I don't know anything, blah 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 blah. That's it's okay. But imposter syndrome, when your imposter syndrome don't walk away from you, or maybe like it never leave you, there's half possibility you need to evaluate your life. Do I actually want this? Even imposter syndrome, it happened with relationship too. Like I was all the I was looking back all the people I dated, and I'm like, wait, I never felt comfortable. Like I felt fake. Like I felt so whatsoever. And when people describe imposter syndrome, I'm like, it fit the word poster is it whatever what I said. I don't know why I forget things. So I'm talking about that. It's the same thing with the fucking blessing. So whenever you're getting a blessing, you're like, I don't deserve this. I think someone else deserves. I used to be that person to the point that whenever someone is complimenting, you're like, oh girl, you look good, and they were like, oh, I got this dress from what? Do I need to say that? Like, I'm like, it took like a lot of me to be like, oh, it was cheap. I got it on sale. Like, it took me a lot to not say things instead of like saying thank you because I felt like I compliment make me weird, like it felt so weird or whatsoever. Yeah, I went, I put some effort, I picked whatever that I picked, and I was like, oh damn girl, you look fucking good, and I was like, it suits you, it suits me, and I went about it with it. But because I have an imposter syndrome, like I have not imposter syndrome, I have I've never been complimented in my life. Instead, I receive a lot of criticism, even with family, friends, whatsoever. So it was so hard for me to enjoy it. Whenever people are complimenting, I'm so used to be at when I'm walking in the room, people act like they don't, they see me, but they will act like, oh, I don't see you. Because they feel like I'm taking, I make them shadow because I've noticed a lot of people were projecting. They will make you feel like you're just a shadow, but all along they feel like that, but they will make you feel like you are the one who's actually a shadow. So you realize a lot of people live their life projecting. They are projecting what is happening within themselves. So, so with your blessing, you fucking deserve them. Don't allow people to make you feel so bad about it. With your gift, whatever. Because sometimes you be like coming across people will be like, you have this kind of gift. Probably you have a gift of writing, but you don't like. They will make you feel like, oh, it's wrong. Like it's a wrong. It came in a wrong address. Like, oh, you can write. Oh, I've never thought of that. It's just that your English is not good enough. Oh, like they'll make like it came in a wrong address. Like it God made a mistake for you to receive whatever you actually receiving. They'll make you feel so fucking bad about something that you have. It's the same thing with some people use this kind of manipulative tactic. I'm gonna make an example with the guy that actually won. No, he didn't won. He got money through a car accident. It's a car accident fund whereby whenever you actually have a car accident, I don't know, but he qualified as for someone who actually had to earn that money. Like he got 2 million. When he got 2 million, obviously that news travels so fast. The hood knew about him that he actually, and a lot of people that actually shit as fuck, they came around him and they were trying to tell him, do this, just this with your money, do that, do that, do that. Obviously, the guy was blind, like he was blind, like his eyes, he couldn't see, like he don't see. So they made sure of the fact that he get his blessing. he enjoy his blessing in a most awful way by suggesting things for him, telling him what he should use, how you should use his money. He should get girls, he should buy cars, he should buy more than one car. They made sure that he uses money not in a healthy way, not in a way that is actually have promote future saving, not investing, not anything like that. They were trying to make sure that guy don't use his money in a way that probably like maybe he had plans of getting married. They try to make sure that you don't get married. Instead they order like, oh please God, man, you're still young, there's no need for you to get married. Get the girls, get the like they pick girls for him because obviously he was blind. And obviously when he asked are they cute, they'll be like, yeah, they're so cute. He doesn't probably pick the most useless girls. But they act like, so that's how far people can go to make you waste your blessing in the most awful way. That's how far people can make you feel awful about the fact that you actually a person who actually will receive blessing. They'll make you feel like it's wrong for you to receive those blessings. You don't deserve those blessings. They will make you feel like they are God. They limit you to the point that you end up feeling like maybe they are right. Oh, maybe because some people are very much skilled to be a shit person. They're so skilled to be an awful person. They're so smart. I mentioned that in one of my videos that narcissistic people are so fucking smart, but not smart in evolving manner, but smart in the most down shittest way to make you feel awful. They have like a fucking plan of how to ruin someone's life. They write things down how I'm just gonna attack their confidence, how I'm gonna attack them to the point that they're not sure of whatever that they say. I'm gonna affect their confidence. I'm gonna make them feel ugly. I'm gonna make them feel useless. I'm gonna make them to feel like unwanted. I'm gonna make them to be a very much shittest person people don't deserve, to the point that because there's actually a woman here on YouTube. She was actually complaining of the fact that people are stealing her work and they're not putting her credit on it. They were putting like, do you know when you just receive, like obviously it's more like a copyright, but it was because she didn't do a copyright shit. So these other women who are actually more famous than her, they were using her content and acting like they created that content. And then she complained about it. You know what those people on the comment section, they said, oh, just because she like it's a black woman. So she was like, they were said something like, oh, you should let them be. How you just let them be. It's okay because it's another black woman who's actually stealing from you. Does that fact that another black woman using my content and is not giving me credit is justify whatever that they're doing? You know how far people can go. They know the fact that she can be more than that. The fact that people are stealing your content, it shows that you are fucking popping. And the fact that they don't mention that look whatsoever, she had a right to receive that blessing. She had a right to receive those views. She had a right to receive credit that she deserved because she worked fucking hard for her content. So to have people who telling that you don't fucking deserve the blessing, because people can go that how much far they can go. It's the same thing when we buy, like probably your family stole in inheritance. Probably your grandma or grandpa left you a huge money, a house or whatsoever, but because you trusted them, probably you didn't think of them people who can go how that far to steal your inheritance. And you were like, whenever you found out probably later on, be like, ah, they stole my inheritance, like, oh, I should let it go. And you be like, I don't think it's right though to let it go because they're gonna do this thing to another person. And the people like, just let it go. They're your mother, they're parents, they're your siblings, they're just let it go. Just it's not like you're working anyway. You've been saving money for years. Like you don't say it any different. Like you wait, like they will make like you didn't deserve that inheritance. If your grandma or grandma was wrong, why would he put your name on it? Why would he put your blessing on it? Why he will bless you with those inheritance. Why would they do that to you? Why? So don't fucking listen to those motherfuckers. You fucking order your blessing. Just same thing with our restaurant. Probably your grandma or whoever gave you inheritance, whether your mother or father or siblings, whatever, or a distant family, they know what they were doing. Probably study you for a long time. They were like, you are a good person to receive this blessing because they know that your mind is different from the rest. Sometimes they'll be like, why they never give their children the whatsoever? Because some parent can tell that my child is great. Because some parents are very, they will have a good heart. They will give birth to the most awful children, like the most awful children, and it will be painful, but it is what it is. So probably you're just giving birth to your enemies in a past life, and you haven't continued to do this in this lifetime, and be like, I got the most shittest kids ever, and be like, okay, it's painful, but you have to live with that. It's either you choose to cut them off, or you could choose to continue with that, because that shit can happen. That shit can fucking happen. So you fucking order your fucking blessing. You fucking deserve them. Don't allow people to make you feel guilty about receiving them. So bye.